Hazrat Ali peace be upon him, the fountain of wisdom and the commander of the faithful, gave us words that shine as eternal guidance when he said, if someone is not of your blood but still respects and loves you, then he is indeed your best relative. This statement opens a door to a new understanding of relationships, because many people believe that only blood ties define family. They believe that lineage, tribe and ancestry are the only bonds worth valuing, but Hazrat Ali peace be upon him with his divine wisdom tells us that true relationship is not defined by blood but by love, respect and sincerity. In this world, people are born into families. They inherit parents, siblings, cousins and relatives, but not all of these relations are necessarily filled with love. Sometimes blood relatives are the first to betray, sometimes blood relatives are the ones who envy, and sometimes blood relatives are the ones who harm a person. Yet on the other side, a stranger who shares no lineage may become the closest companion. He may stand by you in hardship, he may wipe your tears in sorrow, he may defend you when others attack, and he may celebrate your joy more than those of your own house. Such a person Hazrat Ali peace be upon him calls your best relative, because the bond of the heart is stronger than the bond of blood. Love and respect are what make a relationship meaningful, and without them blood ties are only empty shells. When Hazrat Ali peace be upon him spoke these words, he was teaching us to look beyond tribalism and lineage. He was teaching us to value sincerity above formality and to appreciate the true friends and companions whom God places in our lives. Many times in history, prophets and saints were opposed by their own families, yet they found loyal supporters among strangers. Prophet Ibrahim peace be upon him was cast into the fire by his own people. Prophet Noah peace be upon him faced rejection even from his own son. Prophet Muhammad peace and blessings be upon him was opposed by his tribe but found supporters in people who had no blood relation to him. And Imam Ali peace be upon him himself experienced betrayal from some relatives while receiving undying loyalty from companions who had no blood ties. This shows that blood alone does not guarantee love, loyalty or respect. True kinship is in the heart. The wisdom of Hazrat Ali peace be upon him is also a cure for loneliness, because many people feel abandoned by their families, they feel unloved by relatives, and they feel isolated by blood ties that carry no warmth. But when they remember this saying, they realize that family is not limited to blood. Family is anyone who loves you, respects you and stands by you in truth and sincerity. The Prophet of Islam said believers are like one body, and Imam Ali peace be upon him explained that a sincere friend can become the best relative because his love is pure, without the expectation of inheritance, without the pressure of custom, without the compulsion of blood. When someone outside your bloodline loves you, it is often a love that comes from choice, not obligation, and love by choice is often stronger than love by force. Blood relatives are often bound by duty. They may show kindness because society demands it, but a stranger who becomes your companion shows kindness from the heart. His respect is sincere, his loyalty is tested, and his love is genuine. This is why Hazrat Ali peace be upon him elevates such a person above even the blood relative. If your blood relative abandons you, insults you or envies you, then his tie of blood brings you no comfort. But if a stranger defends you, uplifts you and values you, then he becomes closer to you than a brother. The Quran says, indeed the believers are but brothers, which means that spiritual brotherhood surpasses physical brotherhood. And Imam Ali peace be upon him reminds us of this truth in his timeless words. The intoxication of tribal pride was strong in Arabia. People valued lineage over character, people measured worth by ancestry, but Imam Ali peace be upon him shattered this illusion by declaring that respect and love are what define real kinship. His life itself was a proof. He was surrounded by companions who gave their lives for him, companions like Malik al-Ashtar, Ammar ibn Yasir and Abu Dar al-Ghifari. These were not blood relatives, yet their loyalty to Ali peace be upon him was stronger than iron. They fought by his side, they defended his honor, they carried his message, and they never abandoned him even in hardship. They were his best relatives, not by blood but by love and respect. This saying also heals the wounds of those who feel rejected by their families. It teaches them that they are not alone, that God sends them people who will love them like family, and sometimes more than family. It teaches them to open their hearts to sincere companionship and not to be trapped in the prison of blood ties alone. Many people live their lives chasing the approval of blood relatives who will never be pleased. They sacrifice their happiness, they endure humiliation, they beg for respect from those who will never give it, and they die with broken hearts. But if they reflect on the wisdom of Hazrat Ali peace be upon him, they will realize that family is not necessarily those who share blood but those who share respect and love. To find such a person is a blessing greater than gold, because sincere companionship is rare in a world full of selfishness. When you find someone who respects you without obligation, loves you without blood and supports you without duty, then you have found a treasure treasure. Imam Ali peace be upon him says that such a person is your best relative because he is chosen by God to stand with you. His presence is a gift, his loyalty is a mercy, and his companionship is a sign of divine care. In the modern world this wisdom is even more relevant. Many people live far from their families in different cities or countries. They are surrounded by strangers, but among those strangers they sometimes find brothers and sisters of the heart, friends who become family, friends who share their struggles, friends who celebrate their successes, and friends who comfort their losses. These people prove the words of Hazrat Ali peace be upon him that family is not just blood, family is love and respect. Society often judges people by family background, by tribe, by race, by ethnicity, but the words of Ali peace be upon him destroy such barriers. They invite us to a universal brotherhood, a brotherhood built on respect, love, sincerity, and humanity. The true relative is not necessarily the one who shares your blood, but the one who shares your heart. If someone defends your honor, if someone wipes your tears, if someone prays for your success, if someone stands with you when the world abandons you, then that person is more of a brother, more of a sister, more of a relative than those who share your DNA but offer you nothing in times of need. Blood ties can fade with distance and time, but ties of the heart grow stronger with sincerity. Blood relatives may remember you only for inheritance, but a sincere companion remembers you in his prayers. Blood relatives may compare and compete, but a true friend encourages and uplifts. This is the essence of Hazrat Ali peace be upon him's wisdom, to teach us that true family is not by body but by soul. The Prophet peace be upon him said the best of people are those who are most beneficial to others, and Imam Ali peace be upon him builds on this truth by saying the best relative is the one who loves and respects you regardless of blood. So when we reflect on this saying, we must ask ourselves who are our real relatives, not just by birth but by sincerity, and we must also strive to become such relatives for others, because perhaps God has chosen us to be the ones who respect and love others without blood ties. If we live by this wisdom, the world will be filled with unity, compassion, and peace. People will care for one another beyond the limits of blood. People will respect each other as members of one human family, and people will recognize that true kinship is through faith, through sincerity, and through love. In the end, when we stand before God on the day of judgment, blood ties will not save us. Only deeds will matter, only sincerity will matter, and only love for the sake of God will matter. Those who loved us, respected us, and stood with us sincerely will rise with us as our real family. This is why Hazrat Ali peace be upon him said, if someone is not of your blood but still respects and loves you, then he is indeed your best relative, because true family is the family of hearts, not the family of names, and true kinship is written not in the veins but in the soul.